Good morning, folks. It's well into day 2 of my 48-hour build of the Roden Nieuport 28C1. As of right now, I've got somewhat less than 7 hours left to complete it. What's left? Well, I have to paint the tires, the wheels, wheel covers. No big deal. I have to assemble the landing gear, axle, wheels, struts. Probably no big deal. Attach that landing gear assembly in a nice, secure fashion. That could be a big deal. The contact points are suboptimal, to put it mildly. I have to still attach the rigging lines to the undersurface of the top wing. No big deal. There aren't that many of them. I have to drill the holes through near the wing roots and the struts on the lower wing. No big deal, especially since the Roden plastic is kind of mushy, to put it mildly. I have to attach the top wing. Very big deal. As I mentioned, the struts and the contact points are suboptimal, to put it mildly. And I should not be negative, but I'm expecting this could be far more stressful than I want it to be. It's always something that comes fairly near the end. I guess the good news is if I get the wing on, the resultant or the following rigging is going to be, in my view, very, very easy to do. There's just a few lines, and the way I do it, stretching it through, giving it some tension, dropping in some CA glue, that will work. But I've got to get that top wing on, and I've got to get the landing gear on. Very narrow. The World War I airplanes did not have a wide stance generally with their gear. Most of the fighters, of course, had the gear, the struts coming up from the fuselage, not the wings, which weren't really load-bearing, I guess, in that sense. So, and this is a very narrow fuselage. So, what have I learned? Well, I guess I should get off my phone here and get to work. But before I do that, it's 59 degrees outside, overcast, but nice and cool. It's going to get up about another 20 degrees today. So by 2 p.m., assuming that I've finished this, I know it isn't even going to have cracked 80 degrees Fahrenheit, but I'm not going to want to go out for my walk. I'm going to go for my walk now. So I'm going to be gone about an hour. And one could say, well, that's kind of a silly thing to do when you think you might be pressed for time or stressed about how little, 7 hours goes in a flash when, especially when you don't really want to be doing this, or when I don't want to be doing this, but I do want to take a walk. It's going to be as much for my mental health as the physical regimen. So I'm going to go take the walk, and I'll get back here, and then maybe I'll have, I guess, a little less, I'll be gone for about an hour, a little less than 6 hours to get this all done. And if I don't get it done, I don't get it done. I'm going to finish the build. And if I do, well, I'll have a story to tell one way or the other. And try not to be too negative about the whole process. I have learned a few things about myself, or confirmed a few things about myself, none of which will probably come as a surprise to anybody who knows me or has watched my channel. Okay, time to finish my coffee. Yeah, I'm not going to hurry. C'est la vie. Whatever comes will come. And now I'm going to go for my walk. I'll be back. Just one more video. The final one, to show what happened as of a little before 2 p.m., which is still, is less than 7 hours away.
Well, here it is. It's about 5 minutes to 2. So I got it done, although I will probably revisit and try and touch up many, many mistakes and blemishes that occurred, because I'm just frankly not used to trying to build anything this quickly. I really can't complain about the Roden kit. Yes, the struts were, not the wing struts, but the cabane struts were a handful in terms of trying to get them positioned properly. There just wasn't a nice solid contact against the fuselage, but I got it to work, although it would have been a whole lot less stressful if that wasn't happening in the last 45 minutes before the deadline, the 48-hour deadline approached. I chose Captain Eddie Rickenbacker's livery from his time in the 94th Squadron when he flew the Nieuport 28 C1. I not only like the hat and the ring squadron markings, I like the fact that Rickenbacker's Nieuport had the Liberty Bond posters on both the top and the bottom wing, and I thought that added something. The kit went together quite easily and would have gone together a lot more easily had I stretched it out over 4, 5, or 6 days. But, you know, I learned something. I can get a model built. I haven't learned whether I can finish one without as many boo-boos as I did on this one. No, I'm not going to put pictures at the end. I'm especially not going to turn this plane over on its top wing. But be that as it may, it's done. It will probably, it'll go on the display case or bench, and I'll revisit it and maybe do another one of these at some time. Yes, same kit, but just spending a lot more time with it. So there it is. And now on to something at my more sedentary and leisurely pace. Thanks for watching.